Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Expanse reaction. This is our live, and my name is Matt. Okay, so what the actual fuck happened last time? I don't know, man. I don't know. So, yeah, last time on The Expanse, there was some sabotage that happened at the Rosie because of the cameraman dude, the blind wizard monk with the cameraman. That was cool. Him and what was her name? Melva. I'm gonna open the DXT. Give me a second. I think her name was like Melva or something like that. Melva, yeah. They were on cahoots together and they did some shit to the Rosie and started a transmission that was essentially a mocked version of James Holden saying we blew up a ship, which we didn't. It was a bomb that Melva triggered. We blew up a ship in the name of the OPA or whatever, and essentially trying to jumpstart a war again. And then the OPA with Commander Ashford as well as a drummer and very reluctant, well, not even reluctant, she just straight up opposed to it, Naomi, where like we have to shoot down the Rosinante because that's the only way to like prove that we do not condemn their actions. So they sent a missile to them. The Rosie is hacked, so they cannot like cancel the transmission. They cannot send another transmission follow up. They cannot do anything because of the cameraman fucked with them, the cameraman. And then Holden kept having visions of Miller, and somebody pointed out Holden was like, "What's up with the hat?" And I was like, "That's funny," but I didn't think about it too much. And it's actually the fact that by the time that Holden met Miller, he was not wearing the hat anymore. He left the hat on Sirius all the way in season 1, and then when he went for Eros to meet to see what the fuck was up with Julie Mao, and then he met the Rosie crew, he wasn't wearing the hat anymore. So Holden never actually saw Miller with the hat. So when he saw him with the hat, he was like, "What the fuck is that about?" And that is like, I thought about it, and it's like that's supposed to be the indicator that this is not like a memory from Holden. Like this is not in Holden's mind because Holden never saw him with the hat. Therefore, the hat is the giveaway that is something that comes from somewhere else. Like it is real, but it's not real because Holden is like fantasizing about it. It's actually something else. But I already kind of figured that from the dialogue alone of like it's like an avatar created from the beyond or whatever. Like that's what I said, and that's what I think it is. But the hat should be the giveaway, and I didn't think about that. But that's really cool. It's really cool that the hat is actually like the giveaway, because I really like the dumb bullshit that to do with the hat with Miller, because I think that's a really fun aspect of Miller's character. So yeah, okay, so he kept having visions of Miller, and Miller said a ton of shit that made very little sense. But the one thing that like was like a riddle that Holden managed to figure out apparently was Miller saying, "Go through the ring, but don't rush into the ring because you're gonna fucking explode like the kid." So then Holden is like, "Okay, Alex, we gotta go through the ring." And Alex and Amos were like not fully trusting of Holden because they thought Holden had gone crazy, because he did like pro molecule tests on himself like 35 times. So clearly something was up with him, and Amos saw him like arguing with somebody that wasn't there. So that happened, but Holden managed to convince Amos, and Amos was like, "Okay, Alex, do it," to just go through the ring. And what they did is that they went through the ring, but like right before hitting the ring, they spin the Rosie, and then they thrusted backwards, but not to go backwards, but as a way of de-accelerating the speed that they were having going into it, because they had to escape the missile. So they had like a massive deceleration, which is like a fucking insane maneuver because it would fucking kill everyone there. But they all had the juice that they all get injected when they're in space travel, and I feel they all managed to survive. And the thing is that it's not only the three of them, it's also like the reported lady and the cameraman. So they might actually become characters for this book, for this like half a season. That would be interesting because I didn't think they would be. I think they wouldn't matter too much, but they might matter now. The cameraman is an asshole, but we might learn about his motivations. The reporter lady, she seems to be unbelievably superficial and only cares about a good news report and I suppose fame or whatever. Just becoming a reporter of renown in the world, but maybe she'll become an actual character and that would be fun. But yeah, that's what we have here going on. And like when they hit the ring, they managed to hit the ring like right before the rocket hit them, and then we had at the end everything was like stopped. Like I'm not sure if it was like right before hitting the ring or like right on the ring. It could be right on the ring, because I think somebody told me something like that. But whatever the case, they hit a wall that I theorize was like a wall that stopped time, like stopped space-time, but only for inorganic material or some shit. No, it was the opposite, wasn't it? It was for... It was like... I don't remember what the fuck I said. It was like it altered space and time, but at a different rate for each of them, depending on whether or not you were organic or inorganic. That's what I said. And I don't remember which one was which. I think it was... like space stops for inorganic, but space and time stops for both inorganic and organic. Was that the... No, it was the opposite, because the dude blew up, and the dude blew up because the ship... Like, the ship didn't get destroyed. I'm talking about Highway Star. So the ship didn't get destroyed, but the dude got exploded, and the reason why is because space and time deaccelerated at the same time for the ship, but not for the dude. So he exploded, but the ship didn't. And that's what I'm thinking happened to the Rosie crew now, but they didn't explode because they hit the wall while they were deaccelerating, so they didn't hit it as raw as Highway Star did. That's what I think happened. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck is about to happen. So a lot of political bullshit happened with Holden just sending like a message like that, basically starting a war. Fake Holden. And they could manage to like see that it's fake if they enhance the image, and they can see that it's like a fake version of an image, but I don't know. And then the thing of like, I don't know what Christian of Australia is gonna do about that, but the most important thing is what the fuck is happening at the ring? What is on the other side? Is there another side? Is there an alien race? What the fuck is the deal with the Miller, the investigator? We'll see what happens to the Rosie crew this time. So yeah, without further ado, I feel like we should start. So, The Expanse Season 3 episode... Is it 9? Is it 9? The Expanse Season 3 episode 9. Let's go. Thomas Jane's still in here.
You know we had to do it. If we hadn't, the Inners would have...
If you've killed them...
Paid me later. Work now.
I'm sorry. If I killed them, I'm sorry.
Okay. Alright, what? Okay, never mind. Never mind everything. They're inside. And the inside is nuts. The inside is actually nuts.
You're saying that if things go too fast around here, something gets nervous and grabs them? That ain't natural. I don't see any stars. Goddamn bubble. So much damn interference. That torpedo is moving. It's slow, but it's definitely moving.
How long before it hits us?
Okay, it's moving.
It's not even heading towards us anymore. It's heading here.
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
What am I looking at? Yeah.
No, I didn't mention it.
Miller?
Yeah. You're gonna have to
I've been
explain.
seeing him since the ring turned on.
Joe Miller? The guy who died on Venus?
Maybe he isn't exactly dead.
Maybe he isn't exactly Miller.
What is...
Okay, this is a great conversation
Yes.
for us to have once we're out of here, all right?
Message came from here.
Okay, do we have any thoughts on how that happened?
Other than something compromised our ship, no, I got nothing.
Yeah, Amos figured it out.
Amos?
That
Amos.
fake message was somebody trying to kill us. It wasn't me, it wasn't you, and it wasn't
It
Alex.
wasn't us. We would have died too.
I saw you snooping around the machine shop.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. It was just supposed to be a back door so we could get nav and comm logs, background information, stuff you might not tell us.
Shit, you could have gone off killed!
I didn't know it was anything weird.
I don't know if I believe him. Something coming through the ring?
Looks like a probe.
A probe? Okay, so they're sending a probe in order to learn what the fuck is happening.
Something else is coming through. Looks like the Shusen.
A dead-ass ship. It came through.
Our course. Are they hailing us?
Comms are dead. There's no way to tell.
We need our comms online. We need to talk to that ship.
We need to do the cameraman. What the fuck did you do? Go and replace the thing.
Tell me
Yes.
everything I need to know to unfuck this shit.
Fuck it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't know what I did.
You took out that thing and can replace it with another thing. You know exactly what you did. Fuck this guy. Is Miller here? Miller's here, isn't he?
Miller.
Maybe not.
Miller!
Okay. Maybe not. I want time to be altered from inside and outside the ring. I want that so bad.
I am immediately recalling all civilian presence from the UN mission.
Okay, you're all going back. I don't think they're gonna go back. At least Anna's not.
Where's Rain?
Pretty sure he was home so noon.
I didn't know that.
Probably sleeping one off. Died the way you live.
This motherfucker doesn't realize what actually happened. He's like the only person that can realize what actually happened, and he's just a dumb bitch. It's just like, yeah, that dude was just slipping off or whatever. He totally didn't get sabotaged by a new rookie that we never seen before, who blew up the ship.
Permission.
You are not going to humiliate this family.
Is not my problem.
You
Oh.
both do this later, please.
Going to allow any daughter of mine to go whoring around the
Whoring?
belt.
Is that what you think I am?
I always listen to you.
He does.
You are so ungrateful. You're small-minded and spoiled and stupid.
Fuck you!
Okay, so this was the night where that happened. Where she just said, fuck you, and left.
Everything you do is corrupt.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't stand to be part of it.
Hell yeah. You tell him. I love her outfit here. Reminds me of Rosa Diaz.
Pulling the racing team for the rest of the season.
Okay, so you knew them. You were close to them.
Next year, once your sister comes to her senses.
Oh! Gotcha! I just wrote down a last name, Mao. That's all I wrote. Oh!
You did this, so you're gonna have to answer for it.
Alright.
I'm gonna ask you this once, and then I'm gonna kill her.
And then...
How do I fix my ship?
We don't know.
Let him answer. That other probe. It's not going through the ring.
Oh,
It's heading towards the bubble.
okay. Sure.
Lost that second probe.
It disappeared.
Blinked out of existence.
Well, we should probably keep away from the edges then.
Okay. Or we should go to the edges. We don't know. We literally don't know.
We turn and the MCRN catches us, and we go straight, and we're gonna reach the other side of that bubble.
So, we're in a pickle.
We have determined that electromagnetic distortion through the ring is too severe for comms to penetrate. The MCRN Shusen is on the other side in pursuit of the Rocinante and will apprehend. We strongly advise against anyone going through the ring until we have fully assessed the situation.
Your friends survived.
What?
Yeah, well, it seems they did anyway. The MCRM poked their head back out to tell us all that they get to arrest Holden and we should just sit on our hands while they do it. Not the sort of thing they'd say if Rocinante had been destroyed. We didn't come all the way out here to be told to stay in our...
Okay, they're going in.
I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for them. I never wanted them dead.
You fired on them.
We needed to make a show of it for the inners so they wouldn't lump us in with Holden. If they'd blamed
This is
us
true.
for the Sun Moon, we would have been in a real fight.
Holden didn't do any of that.
I'm just saying he did.
He's being framed.
I believe you.
So
I'm just doing...
you're okay with killing innocent people.
If that saves more innocent people.
Not if they protect mine.
Yeah, exactly. This is a political move.
I miss my old crew too. Tynan was a good ship, good people. Mascaparate in the belt. I outgrew the way you outgrew your ship. But then something happens, doesn't it? Makes us forget. Remember only the good times? And we start thinking, oh, maybe we can get them back. Be who we used to be. Or the prettied up version we remember. You let nostalgia trick you, and you'll regret it badly. You left your old crew for a reason.
I left the OPA long before I left the Rosie.
And now you're back here with us, and we need you here.
The same way she can just go back to the Rose if she wants to.
No Miller.
No. Can you at least talk, dude?
Too many Stop! You can't space them!
Yes, I can.
This ain't gonna help anything!
He's crazy!
You better button up.
I thought you said they were helping you fix the comms.
They don't know how to fix it. I checked.
How's this gonna help?
Well, I was thinking, since the comms are down, the only way to communicate is in person. I was just gonna send the camera guy, but with the vac suit gloves on, you know how when the man's blind.
It's time to go.
I don't know if they're to be trusted, dude. I also don't know if they're gonna survive.
Make sure you tell them we didn't blow up the Sengyun. Tell them what really happened, please.
I don't know if I trust them. I don't trust them for shit. So they're either gonna die or they're gonna fuck us. Like, I mean, they could, in the best case scenario, go there and tell the truth, but I feel like they're either gonna die or they're gonna fuck us.
I'm in for the whole ride. How did you manage that?
I don't want to say too.
Blackmail. Well, technically extortion, but blackmail just sounds good. Do you think you can pull strings for me too?
She wants to say as well.
Why would you want that? Why do you? Oh, I'm an aging debutante. Papering my emptiness and regrets with thrill-seeking.
She's honest about it.
It's the first miracle that's happened in my lifetime.
Okay.
It's the only miracle that's happened in my lifetime. It changes everything, and to be so close and then just turn away, it seems wrong.
Okay, so that's it. That's the explanation. Oh, it's the dude that died. Okay, there we go.
She has some real potential. With a little mentoring, she could be an outstanding technician.
Oh,
worth investing in.
Oh, she's feeling bad that she killed him now.
Not tonight. I arranged this party for you. Now everyone's gone and all they're gonna talk about is what a train wreck it was.
Let them.
It's gonna be about me and Father. You humiliated us. Father has moved heaven and earth for you. You treat him like less than shit. I'm tired of it.
You're tired of what?
Tired of you and your holier-than-thou crap. Slumming with your precious belters. Saving humanity from itself. Do you even know how condescending you are? You're such a narcissist. I am through being humiliated by you.
Our father is a damaged man. You're never gonna be good enough for him.
Okay. So she is a daddy's girl. She misses his dad very much now that he's in jail. And she is projecting on the one dude that she killed. That treated her nicely.
Let them board us. We'll see we were sabotaged and we'll clear our names.
Maybe for the
Hopefully.
terrorism thing, but they're gonna take the Rossi.
Yeah.
Probably. It's either that or we die.
I didn't think it'd end like this.
Oh, that's the behemoth. Looks so tiny when you do a zoom in like that.
This is your moment. You may think that you're scared, but you're not. That isn't fear. That's your sharpness. No one has more right to this. None more prepared. In your ladder, go through the ring. Call it their own. But a belter opened it. We are strong. We are sharp. And we don't feel fear. This moment belongs to us. For battle order.
Yeah, they're making it true.
You saw what happened to the Arbogast. Do you feel safe?
Lock me up on Titan. I'm not going through that thing.
Get him out of here.
Okay.
It's first contact. It's not going to happen twice.
I would go. If it were just me, I would. I have a family. My son is 11. I can't risk him growing up without a father.
Is this gonna get to Anna as well?
The only thing that I see within that ring is more darkness and blood at the foot of a false idol. I was wrong before. God is not with us out here.
Alright. And now that got to Anna a little bit, which it should. She has a daughter and a wife waiting at home, and she decided to go into the magical alien ring.
Hello.
Instead of coming back.
I don't know how to say this, but I'm going through the ring. I won't hear your voice until I'm back, and I will.
Nothing has come out off the ring yet, right? So what I'm thinking is, what if time runs at a different speed inside and outside? So when they come out, it's like 100 years into the future. That would be fucked. But like every major character is going into the ring, save like Fred Johnson maybe, or.
What made you decide to stay?
Bitch finally left.
Don't talk about your sister that way.
You called her worse tonight.
She knows how to make me angry. That's true. She reminds me what it's like to be young. She has passion.
She spat in your face. You admire her for it.
She has the will to take our name into the future. She refuses to be stopped, even by me.
Wow, so it's jealously even.
Plan parties.
Wow. Wow.
Oh well. Are you alright?
The hazard pay. I stayed for the hazard pay.
I love that. That she's so awful that not even the dad that she fucking, that she's like, oh, he's the best. You don't talk to dad like that. He's like, she's better than you. She has like some conviction. What the fuck do you do, bitch? Oh my god, that's so good.
You don't know me, but I worked with your father. Ren was a friend to me, and I'm sorry he's gone. I need to get a message to my father. His name is Jules Pierre Mao. Yeah, that one. Daddy, everything you feared about the proto-molecule has come to pass. And instead of being held as a visionary, you're rotting away in jail. I can't fix it.
Because he used children as test subject to make child soldiers to sell them to Mars and Earth.
Julie never could and never would do for you. I just wanted you to know that.
I want Jupiter Mao to be like, bitch, what the fuck did you do? Asuki Ren. So they said the guy who died. They locked you in because they knew you were gonna pull this shit.
I thought Ashford was being paranoid.
I came back for the wrong reasons.
I'm a wrong reason now. The belt is in your blood. We are your people.
And I love you. I always will.
But you're going back to them. Your inners.
I didn't understand what I was leaving.
Your family.
I was being
Selfish.
nostalgic.
Okay. Oh.
I was afraid you wouldn't let me go.
There's big lesbian bias from this scene, by the way.
You underestimate me. Don't go too fast out there.
Yeah, don't. Take care. I like that Ashford's advice about being nostalgic actually backfired on him. Because she applied that to the OPA, not to the Rosie. We still haven't seen Thomas Jane this episode. And he was in the credits, so he's gonna show up at some point.
Down for you. We're doing fine.
There we go.
Where the hell have you been?
Yeah.
Gotta get to the crime scene. Gotta check out the clues.
No more crime stories. I want to know exactly what you know.
He is fixing riddles, dude.
So you want to talk about the non-local quantum hologram? The
phase conjugate adaptive waves resonating in microtubules in the brain.
What?
Which, of course, requires some close time-like curves and a Lorentzian manifold. You catch up. I'll wait.
Oh, so he's mixing riddles because that's easy to understand.
So a crime scene.
That's funny.
Come on, to the station, to the nucleus.
That thing in the middle of the place, it grabbed the ship and the torpedoes.
I get a case to solve, and you want the truth.
Ooh. So now he's legit. Now he's actually like, now he's not just a ghost. I mean, yeah, he's a ghost, I think, but he's like more aware. He's like speaking more clearly. He's like responsive. Good, because the signal's pretty good in the ring. Here comes her down.
Guys, it's me. Hang in there. I'm coming.
We're out. Holden's out. This looks like some shit, dude. This looks nuts. We're going to that thing that we saw at the center. Okay. Or that's a different portal. I got the feeling the episode's about to end. Yeah, I see it. I see the... He jumped. He jumped. And the episode... Fuck you. Okay. Somehow I didn't get, like, any answers from that shit. Somehow that entire episode didn't give me many answers either. Okay. Whew. Okay, so previous episode, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get any direct answers anytime soon. And I didn't. So, okay, I got a little bit of answers, okay? So immediately at the beginning, we start, and we're inside the ring. Cool. I'm gonna go back to the previous episode, like, and look at the final shot in order to try to understand what I'm seeing. Because I might have misunderstood, and I thought that they were, like, right at the edge of the ring, and that's where they slowed down. But in actuality, that happened and when they were already inside of it. So I'll go and check that again. Because, so, you see space, and it's kind of distorted in the portal from inside the ring. Okay, so inside the ring, what's inside the ring? It's like a pocket dimension. It's like a bubble. It's like a bag. So after you go into it, the portal takes you to an almost alternate dimension where there is a circle that it's the portal, but there is a bubble that is a different pocket dimension surrounding the ring. So I assume that you cannot go back to space from this side. You can only go back from this side, right? So this is the bubble, and the portal is right in the center, but you can only enter through that portal, and then you are in the bubble. But if you would go behind it, could you go back to space if you go through the portal from this side instead from this side? That's what I'm wondering. I don't even know if you could, because, so, I think it's more like the portal is like here, like right next to the bubble wall, one of them, because the MCRN ship sent a probe that went through the bubble, and if you go past the bubble, if you go past the pocket dimension, you pop out of existence seemingly. So we don't know that. You could actually go somewhere else, but we don't actually know what happens if you touch it, so we are just not touching it for now. We're just, fuck it. We're just not gonna touch it at all. So the Rosie is in this situation where they're slowly going through, within the ring, and they're slowly moving to the wall of the bubble. So like the front wall. Here's the thing though, is that, I actually don't know what the rules are inside the bubble and the ring, like how the rules of velocity and all that shit apply inside the bubble. Like, that's something I still don't get. The short version answer that they gave you is like, if you go too fast, there's like something that doesn't like it, so you need to go in slow. And it's like, okay, sure, that's easy to understand, but that also sounds like a gross oversimplification of what it actually is happening, and I want to know more. Right? That's how I feel about it. But at the same time, we had an example here near the ending where Miller is talking to Holden, and he's like, okay, so this crime scene, we need to go see what the fuck is there. And Holden is like, I'm fucking done with your crime scenes bullshit. Talk to me properly. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then Miller spats the most nonsensical conglomeration of words that have no meaning to any normal person whatsoever. It's just like a bunch of scientific nonsense. And Holden is like, okay, so crime scenes. And Miller's like, yeah, let's go. So it's like, okay, that's funny. So it's not that he's speaking in riddles, it's that he is speaking in a gross oversimplification that is making a reference to something that someone could understand instead of actually telling you what's happening, because you would not be able to understand what he's actually saying if it was that telling you what is actually happening. I still feel like you could actually try to describe in a very simplistic manner what is happening instead of comparing it to a scenario that is comparable, but it gives you no explanation. It only kind of tells you what you should do. I feel like you could still like do like an easy explanation, but whatever. So I like that he's doing that. I like that we actually got like a minor explanation about why is he's being so cryptic about everything, and it's because, well, you're not gonna understand the actual things I'm saying, so I'm just speaking in a very cryptic manner because this is as close as we're gonna get to understanding. So crime scenes, you know. So that was really funny. I really enjoyed that. At the same time, yeah, when that's Miller scene happened, I was like, we haven't seen Miller at the entire episode. He was in the credits at the beginning, so he has to show up, right? And then he immediately showed up within like 3 seconds, so that was pretty fun. The other thing is that Holden said, okay, so Miller is just straight up having a raw conversation with him. He's not like, because before when Holden was talking to Miller was like, he was like talking to himself and muttering shit, and sometimes he would look at him and he would like, oh yeah, this, you know, and then he would keep muttering to himself. But this time he just shows up and they just have a conversation. They just straight up talk to each other. They're just looking at each other, they're talking to each other. Miller is like, alright, so that thing we need to do, okay, let's go. Like, he even has like the Miller mannerisms, so that's pretty cool. And I like that Holden is like, you seem different, because he is. And Miller's response is, oh, the signal's pretty good inside the ring. I like that. I like that a lot, because so that tells us that the previous version that we saw of Miller, or the investigator or whatever, was like a faulty version of it because the signal was bad. But now that the signal is good, he's just straight up Miller. He's just talking to you. He's like, no problem. Like, this is what we do. So I like that. I actually do like that a lot. Because like I'm kind of done with like the cryptic, like I'm just speaking nonsense, and sometimes I'm gonna tell you something that's useful, and sometimes I'm just whatever. I'm just talking to myself. Now it's just like, okay, so I'm just talking to you. And the thing is that I cannot explain to you what is actually happening because your brain is not big enough to comprehend what is actually happening. Or like, because you're just some dude, you're not a scientist or whatever. So I'm just gonna speak in a dumb reference to something else, and so that you may be able to follow what we should do. Okay. That's fun. I enjoy that a lot. Okay. So, and then at the end of the episode, Holden seems to be jumping into the whatever. It's like a ball. It's like a ball of black energy or whatever. It's kind of glowing. It has some weird, like almost metallic or like a energy field texture to it. It's difficult to tell from like a screen. It's far away. But Holden seems to be jumping to it. By the way, I have to say, I feel the pacing being faster in this back half of the season. I feel it being faster, and you know what? I actually like that. Because usually I enjoy things having a faster pace. I do. Because I feel like often I get what we're doing. So it's just the fact that it takes like 10 minutes to get there, I'm just like, okay, when are we? And then when it finally happens, I'm like, okay, good, thank God. That happens to me a lot. Not just with the show, with like a lot of things. So the fact that this is moving faster. Like, for example, one of the things I'm thinking about right now is that at the very beginning, they don't go further into the idea that, like, oh, Holden might be crazy or whatever. Like, they mentioned it a little bit. Alex is like, oh, we don't know what happened. And then Amos is like, you sabotaged us. And I'm like, okay, there you go. That is solved in like 3 minutes. Like, we got there. We're done. There's no more talk about Holden being crazy. Like, even he's saying, like, I saw Miller. This is what Miller told me. Nobody questioned that. And I'm sure they probably did in the book. I'm sure that probably in the book they were like, what do you mean, Miller? And that there was like a full page of an explanation or whatever. In this case, it's just like nobody questions it. We're just implying that happened like off screen or something like that, you know? Or like that they have enough like understanding of like, we don't know what the fuck is happening with this ring bullshit. And Holden told us that he started seeing Miller at the exact same time that the kid went through the ring and the ring activated. So some alien shit is happening. Whatever, who knows? All right, so we're just taking that for granted then. Like, that is a conclusion you can get to, but we didn't see the characters going through like entire scenes trying to get their heads around it and coming to an understanding with it, you know, like accepting it. We didn't get to see that. We just immediately jumped to them being like, okay, so that's what's happening. There we go. We're just speaking about it. We're just talking about it as a reality. We're not questioning it anymore. We're not questioning Holden's sanity. This is just what life is right now. So fuck it. We're just talking about it now. I like that. I like that a lot. And like things like, for example, like the behemoth is like right there at the ring and they're just immediately going through it. Shit like that, I feel like it's happening way too fast. Like, I feel like the plot is moving fast. The scenes are not moving fast, but the plot is moving fast. And I like that because I feel like most shows benefit from plots moving faster. Because I feel like you get the gist of it. Like, you get it, right? Like, you don't need the extra padding in order to get there. You get there. Like, it's fine. You can understand what's happening, and it's fine. Usually, the padding helps for characterization, for example. And given I'm seeing a character that we might have a problem with characterization in this part of the story, which is Melva. Like, Melva might not get a lot of characterization if the plot continues to move faster. We're seeing little bits of it, and so far she is a dumb bitch, and everyone hates her. She might not be so unlikable in the book because you might get more perspective as to what her thoughts are, and I mean you can tell what kind of character she is. You can tell what kind of person she is. You can tell what is going through her head, but you don't get the perspective of what she's actually thinking. And that could be a difference between the show and the book. But okay, so let's talk about Melva. So we learn about Melva. Her name is probably Melva Mao. So she is Julie's sister and Jupiter Mao's daughter. I don't know how many kids Jupiter Mao had. I think he did mention that he had multiple, and I'm not sure how many, but at least 2 daughters. And we had Julie, who was the cool badass, and we have Melba, who is the dumb bitch. So Julie Mao, she was the one that realized my dad is an asshole because he's a fucking billionaire. And in order to be a billionaire, you have to exploit a broken system and ruin people's lives. And the fact that you're not giving any of your shit away ruins more people's lives. So you're, by de facto, an awful human being. And you continue to be. So then she's just like runs away. And she's just like, fuck this shit, I'm done. And they had a fight. They had a straight up fight. And that was the fight. That was the fight where she was like, alright, fuck this shit, I'm out. And she just never came back. And then Julie Mao was like looking for her and all that. So, okay. So we already knew that Julie Mao was someone that was like, fuck what my dad is doing. Fuck this like whole Mao company or whatever. I don't care about his dumb bullshit. Fuck him. And I'm just going to do my own thing. And I'm going to try to help people. I'm going to be a humanitarian. I'm going to try to be the best, you know. So she became that, and she was the best from accounts that we heard from like Anderson Dawes or whatever in season 1. But thing is that Melva was there when it happened, and Melva also took the dad side, and she was against Julie because she was like, you always think you're better than everyone else. You're so narcissistic. Like, this fucking holier than thou attitude that you have. It's fucking sickening. All that shit. Dad gave everything to you. He moves heaven and earth for you, and this is how you repay him back. And it's like, the thing is that, like, bitch, I don't give a shit what my dad does for me or what he gives me if he is like the worst human being on earth because he's experimenting with like alien child soldiers and selling them for warring purposes to Earth and Mars. Given I know that he didn't necessarily want to sell them to Earth and Mars for warring purposes, but he did. So I don't give a shit, right? Like, I don't care if he didn't want to sell them and jumpstart a war. If he still experimented with the alien children in order to make super soldiers, in order to understand whatever, I don't give a shit. Like, he saw like a person being disassembled by this blue child in like the most fucked up scene I've seen in a TV show in a long time, and he was like, yo, that's really cool, we should keep going. Like, fuck you, I'm done. That guy sucks. So the fact that Julie saw that and he was like, you're a terrible person and I'm out of here. Like, I don't want anything to do with this shit. I don't give a shit about the things that you give to me. I don't give a shit about all these physical goods that you give to me or whatever. I don't care. This is a terrible life and we are terrible people and I'm out of here and I'm gonna go and try and help people. Good job, Julie. She's the best. And the fact that Melva takes the dad side and she's like, oh, he's so good, he's the best. But what actually made it so much better is the fact that then we get a flashback from Melva's perspective. And she's talking mad shit on Julie Mao. She's like, bitch finally left. And then Jupiter is like, don't talk about your sister like that. And she's like, you call her worse things tonight. And he's like, yeah, she does make me angry. That is true. But I also respect her resolve. I respect her willingness to go out and do shit. Like, she has so much more conviction that can carry on our family name, like, after we're done. Like, she can do it. And I like that. Then he like looked at Melva and he was like, what do? You organize parties. And then he walked away and he was like the biggest, like, oh my god. Like, even Drew Pierre is able to look at Julie Mao and be like, all right, so we might disagree on a lot of shit, and we might, like, fight each other all the time, but I respect her resolve. I respect her conviction. I respect what she's doing. She has, like, a very nice attitude and like a grasp to hold on destiny, you know? Like, she's the best. She can do all this cool shit, even if we don't agree on necessarily what she wants to do or her views on life. She still has, like, that attitude, and she can, and I respect that, you know? And then he looks at Melva, and he was like, what the fuck do you have? Like, you dumb bitch, you make parties, and you're just kind of daddy's little girl. You do nothing for yourself. I'm out. Like, he didn't shit talk her necessarily, but it was, like, it was a very cool scene, because, like, he just had the fight with Julie Mao, and even after that, he was like, she's cool. And then he looked at his other daughter, who was just talking shit on her sister, and just being like, oh, daddy, you're the best. And she's like, I don't give a shit. Like, what the fuck are you, bitch? Like, what are you doing for me? What are you doing for this family? You're doing nothing. You're just organizing parties and whatever. Like, that's it. Like, because, like, that's the question. Like, maybe the book goes deeper into Melva, and if the book reveals something about Melva that should have been revealed by now, but it hasn't, you can let me know. But all we know about Melva is that she is a daddy's daughter. She's just like, daddy's cool. He does all this shit for us, and he gives us money and whatever billionaire daughter life we have. It's all thanks to dad, and he's the best. Does she do anything other than that? Is that, like, is her backstory or personality or whatever based on anything other than that? Like, does she have... Like, I understand that she is vengeful and upset at the fact that her dad is now in jail, Jupiter Mao is now in jail, and they said a bunch of shit that he did, and either she didn't believe it, or she justifies as like, no, what daddy did was right. Either or, she's vengeful and she wants revenge of Rosie or anyone, and about that, and she wants to clear maybe the family name, whatever. So, whatever it could be, I understand that that's the thing that she has going on for her. And then she also has this thing where she killed the older guy that was like her superior, and he was showing her the ropes and making her understand this is how you do this and whatever, and she had to kill him. And she feels very guilty about that. She feels like way more guilty than a person would after that. Well, maybe it's the first person she's ever killed. That could be the case. So if that is the case, then it's like, okay, maybe regret for killing someone, but at the same time, it feels like she's projecting on this dude, on her dad, right? She's projecting, oh, was an elderly dude. He was an elderly dude. He was showing me the ropes. He was super nice. He was like, I got your back. Like, whatever you need, you let me know. And he was like super nice. And he also had a family. You saw like a family photo. So it's like, she may be projecting her dad on the dude. Like, just like, oh, just like daddy used to do whatever for me. Or maybe it could be the fact that she's like, oh, I wish dad would say shit like that to me or help me in the way that dude did, you know? Maybe it could be a thing of like she's realizing that her dad's not so great, but I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. I think she's actually still like super on daddy's team, right? But okay, cool. So anything else about that? About Melva? Sorry, I got like I blanked for like a second. But like, yeah, I want to know if there's something else going on with Melva in her backstory that we should know about, but it just got cut from the show. Other than what I just mentioned, other than the fact that she's just a daddy's girl, and she's just like, daddy's the best, and I trust him, and he's awesome, and I want to clear the family name or whatever. Is there anything else other than that? So far, no. So far, she's just an annoying piece of shit. And, like, given she's not an annoying piece of shit, her backstory made her seem like she was. Like, right now, she's, like, very quiet. She's, like, vengeful quiet. She's like, I'm gonna burn down this fucking church if it clears my daddy's name. But she's just quiet. She doesn't say anything, and then she goes and blows up the ship. Like, there you go. That's it. But what I'm wondering is if there's anything else to her than what we saw in the backstory, right? Julie Mao's the best. Jupiter Mao is an asshole, but at least he can recognize that Julie's the best. And Mel is just like the piece of shit that does nothing. And she grew up in a terrible household with a terrible family because Jupiter fucking sucks. And then she grew up to become like a vengeful spirit that just hunts the Rosie because they incarcerated Jupiter. Whatever. So, okay. I want to know more about Melva. I don't know if we're going to know more about Melva. Her characterization might get impacted by the fact that there might not be enough screen time for her. But I want to know more about that. Okay. I like seeing Julie again. Julie's cool. I like that we saw Julie. She probably was in the credits as well. But we didn't... I don't know the name of the actress. So I didn't know she was going to be there. So Anna... Because Anna's still a character, not a big character, but she's still somewhat of a character, and she is in the Thomas Prince? Yeah, she's in the Thomas Prince, and she's a civilian, and there's a bunch of civilians that are here on a religious mission or whatever, and so. Thing is that after what happened with the Rosie and the ring and the Belter and everything, Avasarala just called in every civilian to go to Titan, to a station, and just rendezvous there because it's too dangerous for civilians to be out there. So, everyone came back, except for Anna and this other woman. So, Anna is just like, okay, I am sane. She talked to this other woman to pull some string for her, and Anna is sane. And the reason why Anna wants to stay is because she... Okay, so her, like... Is it her faith or belief or fantasy just getting the best of her? I'm not sure. So, the reason why Anna's staying, I didn't realize I accidentally moved the camera a little bit just now. Okay, so the reason why Anna's staying is because she's like, okay, I want, this is first contact. Like, it's not gonna happen again. I want to see what this is gonna be like. Okay, it's the only miracle that's happened in my lifetime. It's not a miracle, but just turning your back from it just seems wrong, right? Changes everything, and to be so close and then just turn away, it seems wrong. Yeah, okay. You want to indulge in a selfish desire to be part of something amazing. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That is the short version of it. Okay, so that is very interesting. So Anna, sweet, beautiful, precious Anna, she's actually being selfish here. That is very interesting because it's also like a naive, selfish desire. Because the thing is that Anna, she loves her family, she loves her daughter, she loves them very much. But she would rather stay here and see the alien ring and go through it than to actually go back to her wife and daughter and just be with them and not worry them. And even like 1 or 2 episodes ago, we had the message that she got that was like, what was it? Was it like, oh my god, we miss you so much, and then you went for like a speech, and then you went out on space, and we're missing you, and we want to talk to you or whatever, and it's like, we miss you, please come back home soon. And Anna's just like, I'm gonna go into the alien ring because that's fucking rad. And it's like, okay, cool. So Anna is actually being selfish here. Not like bad, evil, selfish, but she is indulging in a selfish desire, as they said right here. She wants to see this alien ring bullshit just because it's something amazing, something new, something she's never seen before, and she's kind of blown away by it, right? She's fascinated by it. And that's the reason why she wants to do that. Okay, I get it. It's weird because I feel like that was not properly laid out, but pacing fast, so I get it. I just accept it and we move on, right? So here's the thing: is that usually when pacing is fast or pacing is slow, you get used to one or the other, right? So I watch shows like, it's been 0 days since Matt has mentioned JoJo, but JoJo has insanely quick pacing for parts 1 and 2 and 4 and 5 in a way. That doesn't feel wrong because the entire thing was always fast. But in The Expanse, the pacing was slow, and now it's not. Now the plot is moving really fast. So the fact that we move really fast makes me feel like it's off because I'm used to it being slower. Because I'm used to it, the things being more explained or shown to me than they are. So I'm able to just accept it, but it was a little bit difficult for me to get used to it because I'm used to the slower version, right? So the fact that Anna just decides I'm gonna go over there feels a little bit off character, but I believe it because I know that there's more that I'm not seeing. Like, realistically, in the original material, there's more that I'm not seeing, so I understand, okay? I get it. And also, she's not like a character, I feel like she's a character that could be like that. A character that would be like fascinated by the unknown and be like, okay, I want to see what's out there. You know? Like, I actually can see it, right? So, cool. Anna's going in the ring. And here's the thing. This is something I said. Is that what if time transcurs at a different rate inside the ring that it does outside? The reason why I'm saying that, though, is because I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is. It would be cool because every major character is going into the ring, I think. Not every, but a lot of them, right? Because the Rosie went into the ring, the Behemoth is going to the ring, another Martian ship going to the ring, and the Thomas Prison is going through the ring. So the characters that didn't go through the ring are like Christian Avazarala, Fred Johnson, Anderson Dawes, and like anyone else that like matters that didn't go through the ring. I feel like everyone did, because the entire Rosie crew did. Like Naomi even did because of the Behemoth, and the Behemoth is going through the ring anyway as well, with like Drummer and fucking Ashford and whatever. Like everyone converged on the ring and everyone went through it in the same episodes. So what would be crazy is if time ran at a different speed inside the ring than outside, and I think that would be really awesome, because what could happen is that then they come out of the ring and it's been like 10 years. Like, I thought 100 years, but then I would be like, well, Christian would be dead, Fred Johnson would be dead, so all that shit wouldn't matter. But if it's 10 years, I buy it. I buy a time skip of 10 years and just seeing the same characters that we saw like a while ago, just being like, where the fuck have you been? It's been so long, right? That would be nuts. That would be crazy. I would love that. However, I don't think that's happening, because the Rosie went in and then another Martian ship went in. And they showed up at like the exact same time, right? Like, yeah, like, because like they decided we're gonna pursue the Rosinante, and then they did, right? So like it didn't take them, well, yeah, because from the Rosie perspective it would have been like, I don't know, like a month for them to come through the other side, if they had decided instantly we're gonna go there. I mean, I'm just assuming that more or less that's the rate of the speeds in different planes would go to make it an interesting story. So the fact that it showed up like almost instantly makes you think, okay, so never mind, you know? Or it's the opposite. Like inside the ring, time doesn't move, which is what I thought previously. Or it moves like very slowly. It's weird because I think space is moving very slowly, but what if time moves slowly as well? It doesn't for organics. Because you were able to sense that, wouldn't you? Or not? How would you perceive time? Okay, these are bigger questions than me. So I'm not gonna go hard into them, but I just think it would be fun. But anyway, yeah. So, okay, so there is this like black ball or whatever that is inside the ring, and Holden's gonna go and touch it, and there you go. So we don't know what that is, but Miller told Holden to go and touch it, so that's what he's gonna do, I suppose. Besides that, anything else that happened this episode that is worth mentioning? The Mulvin backstory. Okay, I want to know. I want confirmation of this. Well, actually, I don't know if it's going to get confirmed later. If it is confirmed later, don't tell me. But if it hasn't been confirmed ever on the show, but it is on the book, tell me. And it's... Did Naomi and Drummer have a thing? Because I got lesbian vibes for like that one scene when Naomi was leaving. A little bit of a gay vibe, you know. Where's my flag? Where was? So I got a little bit of a lesbian vibe, or well, I suppose bi, because Naomi definitely, well, not definitely, could be bi, but Drummer could be whatever. I got a little bit of a vibe like that. I don't know if that is actually true, but the vibe was there, so maybe. So if it's not confirmed in the show, but it is in the book, then let me know. If not, then well, no. If it is gonna confirm later, then don't tell me. I'll just figure out when I get there. But yeah, Naomi is going to the Rosinante. She's not gonna be able to meet Holden because Holden would be gone by that point. So the question we have is whether or not the cameraman and the reporter lady are gonna vouch for the Rosinante that was a fake transmission. They could, because like here's the thing, is that the cameraman said that he didn't actually know what he was doing. Like he didn't actually know what his context was gonna do, which was the like lady, Melba, yeah. And so he didn't know that would happen, that message transmission was gonna happen. I don't know whether to believe him or not. I really don't know. Well, the thing is that he would have been shot and died. So that's the one thing he has going for him, is that he didn't know because he he's putting his own life at risk, but he could be one of those people that doesn't care about dying. So that could be the case, but we don't know if him or the reporter lady knew anything. Doesn't seem like the reporter lady knew anything, but the dude, we don't know. If they bought for the Rocinante, they can say, okay, the Rose is cool, because they can also board the Rocinante and see that there is some fuckery that happened with the comms. Well, the other thing is that Naomi is going there and she can maybe repair the ship, and if she can repair the ship, then they will be able to do a transmission and let the MCRN ship know that they're cool. That could be a thing that they do. But the thing is that whether or not they believe it or not. They did send the other two to tell them, so I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I feel like anything that is not like a very important plot relevant thing is not going to get given too much attention because we need to move quick. So whether or not they believe that the Rosie is good or not, if it's not too relevant to the overarching plot of the book, we're not going to spend too much time on it. I think they might just be like, okay, we're good then. That could be a case. But yeah, anyway, I think that's it for this discussion. I don't know anything else worth mentioning right now for this episode. I think we're good. So yeah. And I do like how Ashford talked to Naomi and he was like, you keep thinking about the good times and you're nostalgic about it, but nostalgia's such a lying bitch. Like, you don't actually know. There's a reason why you left to begin with. And he said that to Naomi, implying that she shouldn't come back to the Rosie because she missed the Rosie, but it's not actually real. But Naomi took that thing that he said and she applied it to the OPA. She was like, there's a reason why I left the OPA to begin with. And now I'm going to go back to the Rosie because that's clearly where I was always meant to be. They're my family. So I'm going to go back there. I like that Naomi spin that fucking word of advice that Ashford gave her into the opposite direction. That was fucking great. So yeah, and then Drummer allowed her to leave. And I want to know what the relationship between those two is, because there could be one. There could not be one, but we'll see. Alright, so moving on. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm skimming through the episode. I don't know if there's anything else worth mentioning. She did send Melva did send a message to Jupiter Mao. And I want Jupiter Mao to be like, you did watch, you dumb bitch. I want her to do that. I want him to do it so bad. I don't know if he's gonna get the message because it seems like, okay, so she used the device from like, who was it? They showed you the bag of the person that she used for like a second, and his name is Hazuki Ren. I don't know who Hazuki Ren is. Is that the dude that died? It could be. It could be. I'm just gonna write it down just in case, and there you go. Family of Hazuki Ren. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the dude that died, they're just gonna send them his belongings, and then they're gonna get the cell phone that he had, and then they're gonna see the message that she recorded with that cell phone, and then you're gonna go like, send this message to Jupiter Mao in jail or whatever. Then it's up to them whether they want to do it or not. So there you go. All right, cool. I got that. So, okay, I think we're finally done. So yeah, that was it for this episode of The Expanse. That was a good one. We'll see what goes down next week, because I'm very excited to know what the fuck goes down next week, because I feel like this was the episode that you can have where it's like, okay, we're setting up what's gonna go down next week. I feel like that's what this was. So I'm excited now, right? Alright, thank you for being here. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Expanse. If you would like to see next one, it should already be up on Patreon, as well as full length. Check out the links in the description, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye.